Guys, this is Rebel Talon here with another tutorial video. I'm actually going to be doing two tutorial videos, but for right now I'm just doing Katarina's tutorial. Katarina is very easy to use. She's not hard at all. She does have a lot of situational moves. Her biggest weaknesses are that she's her range is kind of crappy, and a lot of her moves are a lot more situational. So that's something to keep in mind. But she is very good at turtling, and it's very easy to bait people into doing something stupid. So the first thing we're gonna go over are her pokes. And then we're gonna go over her stances. And then we're gonna go over her moves that go into her stances. Then we'll go over her counter launchers, and then her launchers. And then we'll discuss some of her grab. Well, really, it's just the one grab for her. And then we'll go over a couple like example couple of example combos, just to kind of show you how she can be used. So first off, let's go ahead and just get into her pokes. Her first one is just going to be her 1-1. It's 17 damage. It's fair damage. She does have some extensions, which I also put in here, which is her 1-1-1. This is really good just because it has that mid in there. She has her 1-1-2, which is also really good, but keep in mind they're all highs. So be careful using it, because it can be ducked. She has her 1-1-3, which is really good, just because it low crushes. So that's really good. She has her 1-4 string. This is actually pretty good. I use this a lot. In normal fights, it is natural, so as long as that high hits them, the low is guaranteed. So that's really good. She has her 2-2. It's nice 30 damage. It's both highs, but it is a natural as well. And it is also a screw attack. So that's definitely something worth using. She has her 3 string, which normally I wouldn't count strings into poking games, but this one actually doesn't count because it's so far it's been all natural. When I say all natural, I mean once that first hit lands, the rest of it pretty much just goes through. They can't block it, at least not yet. Unless I've gone after pretty much all aggressive people, which is possible. Another good poke of hers is a 3-4. This is a really decent move. You can also do it while rising. 3-4. So that's really good. She has her 4. And she has her 4 little 4 string. I would only go this far. I say that because there's the whole extension. The only problem with this extension is that little break after the third kick, and then the fourth kick being a high, it makes this extraordinarily dangerous to try to do the whole way. So be careful of that. But her 444 is pretty decent. It's not too punishable at all. She has her forward 3, which is really good. The low crushes. 27 damage. It's not too punishable. If you try to do something afterwards, you might trade, but really that's been about it. It force crouches on block, so that's pretty good. She has her forward 1+2. This is really good. The only problem with it is it's a high, but this does hurt, and it does force crouch, so that's something. But if they're already crouching, you might eat crap for it. She has her 3+4 move, which is also her shield attack. Shield meaning as long as they don't do a low, then this will be the move that goes through every time. She has a down forward 1/1. It's 21. It's good damage, high mid. I use this one quite a bit myself. She has her down forward 2/2. Does a good amount of damage, knocks back. Both mids, so you don't even have to worry about whether or not it gets blocked. It's not too punishable. Just don't do anything afterwards, or you might trade. So your best bet is if it gets blocked, maybe a low punch if you want to keep on the offensive. She has her down forward 2/4. This is probably going to be one of your main screw attacks for Katarina. So that's really good. She has her down forward 3/3. This is not natural in any way, but if you do manage to get it on counter, then it becomes natural. I use this one quite a bit. It tends to get a lot of people caught off guard, mostly when they're trying to get up. So that's really good. You have her down forward 4. It's it doesn't have bad range. It's fast. It's definitely worth learning to implement that into your fight. You have her down 2. This is really good. I really like this move. Her down 3/3. Unfortunately, her down 3 and her down 4 moves are not natural. So I would strongly recommend using down 3/3 before down 3/4. Her down 3/3 on counter does 32, and her down 3/4 does 32 as well. So there's really no difference. So I would just mostly recommend using her down 3/3. The main benefit to her down 3/4 is it does have a lot of pushback. So that's definitely something to put into your game. Down 3/3 also has a lot of good pushback, just not as much. You also have her down back 3. This is a fairly seeable low, so be very careful using it. However, this is probably going to be one of her go-to pokes for getting into crouch. But I would still recommend using her 1/4 instead for a low hit or a low kick or whatever, or a down 3. Let's see. Normally I would never mention unblockable. In fact, I probably will never mention another unblockable, but hers is pretty good. It's got really good range, and it has fairly quick startup. And as you guys might also be able to tell, it gets her really out of the way of a lot of like jabs and stuff like that. It really gets her out of the way. And it doesn't have very long. It doesn't take very long to recover from it either. So it's definitely something to use. I use this a few times in some fights, and it's worked out for me most of the time. So implement it into your game and see how you can use it your way, if you even want to use it at all. Hers is probably the only one I'll ever actually mention as far as unblockables. Another really good poke is her back 1-1. It's really good. It's a mid. It's like 28 without a counter. Her back 1-2 is really good. It's natural. Both mids, fairly quick. If you try to do something afterwards, you might trade, but this is not punishable by itself. At least, not yet. You also have her back 4. And her back 4, 1+2. I do consider these to be 2 different moves, but I'll get into more details about them later. It's really good because if the back 4 lands, you do your 1+2. It goes through no matter what. So that could potentially be an easy 37 damage. Back 3+. Oh. This is gonna be one of your like main go-to moves with her. Just because it high crushes and high mid box crushes. And as an example, once upon a time I was fighting a Fang. Some dude was using his Fang and he actually went to use his down back 4 move. And I guess the way that her hand moves, he just barely missed, and I got it. I got the move off, and I hit him while his completely missed me. So that's really good to use. I would actually abuse the crap out of this. There have actually been some times I'm sitting here attacking and they're blocking. I'll do something like this and they think that it's punishable, so I end up doing it twice. At least the second time it usually goes through. So it's really good. Let's see. Her up back 4. This is mostly gonna be for like a combo ender, more than a poke, but it does have its use. It's low mid. No. I was trying to get it, but I ain't gonna worry about it right now. And you have her up 4. Her up 4 little string. Again, I would stop after you do your 2 little jab kicks or whatever. Just because after that it becomes a lot more punishable. She has her up 4, 3+4. I'm not exactly sure how punishable this is. It looks like it should be fairly punishable, but this does low crush. So it's really worked out for me. Let's see. You have her forward 4-2-4. Is really good. They are both highs, so keep that in mind. And you have a forward 4-3. It's good for like closing the distance. And her forward 4-4 as well. This her homing move. It's actually really good. Range is actually pretty fair.